asking this, what is the circular motion? So you told me that if the body is moving in a circular path, so that motion of that body is called circular motion. So for example, if the car is moving in a line, that is not the circular motion. I am moving like this in certain direction. If I am moving like this is not the circular motion. If I am moving about an object, keeping my distance fixed from that object, so that type of motion will be circular motion. Like I gave you the examples of the earth circulating around sun, the moon circulating around earth, and the satellites are also circulating or orbiting about a certain orbit. Okay, the motion of electrons around nucleus, these all are the examples of circular motion. Now, as for the rotatory motion is concerned, I told you that the motion of the object about its axis. Examples of rotatory motion, can you give any example? The earth is also the example of fan. The earth is orbiting about its axis, and the motion of wheel or any other merry-go-round, circle. Okay, so these all examples are the example of rotatory motion. You know that in the case of rotatory motion, what the major difference between the rotatory motion and circulatory motion? Okay. Okay. So I have an object to show you. This. Can you recognize this? That what is this? No, this is the hub of motorcycle wheel. Okay, this is the hub of motorcycle wheel around which the tire is fixed. So here I am going to use this to show you the rotatory motion. Like this is the axis of rotation. This is the axis of rotation, and this is the body which is rotating about its axis. So if I am rotating it like this, so it is rotating about a fixed point. I have two wheel bearing like this. These are the wheel bearing. Okay, these are required to make this motion smooth, as we already discussed in the case of the friction, that we use wheel bearing to make the motion easier, to reduce the friction. So this is a type of circulatory or rotatory? Rotatory. There is a fixed point like this, and this fixed point, from this fixed point there is an axis of rotation about which it is rotating. So this is the example of rotating object, like fan, wheel, etc. So here you can see that there is a fixed axis of rotation. This line is called axis of rotation, because about this axis of rotation it is rotating. Okay, now how this motion is different from the circular motion. For example, like this object is showing the rotatory motion, and I am moving about this table like this. So I am moving about this table while this is also rotating. So I am circulating around table, but this is rotating about axis. In the same way, it is also with me when I am moving around the table. So with me, it is also circulating around the table like this. For example, you can have the example of earth and sun. For example, in the center there is sun, and earth is rotating about its axis like this, and earth is also circulating around sun like this. Okay, so this type of motion, both type of motions can be seen in the case of earth, circulatory as well as rotatory. While the earth is orbiting about its axis, so that is rotatory motion, and when the earth is going around the sun, that is called the circulatory motion. Okay. Hammer throw is also the example of circular motion. The mass attached with a string is circulated in a circular path, and then after circulating it for some time, the hammer thrower throw it in a certain direction. That direction basically is tangent to the circular path about which he is circulating. Now, we are going to discuss that what are the major things in the case of circulatory motion. The major emphasis on the circulatory motion. So here I am going to discuss this circulatory motion with you. Its formula is also there, but we will see that whether we have to use this formula or not. First of all, when the body is moving in a circular path, when the body is moving in a circular path, for example, if I am showing the direction of motion of the body with these arrows. These arrows are showing the direction of the motion, direction of motion of the body. These arrows are showing the direction of motion. Direction of motion. If there is an object which is circulating about this center C, so these arrows are showing the direction of motion, that is along the circular path. This direction of motion is always around the circular path. Okay? And now, what is the direction of velocity of the body? Because you know that what is velocity? Speed in a particular direction. Now you know that whenever the body is moving in a circular path, its direction is changing all the time. So when its direction is changing, there is acceleration. We will also discuss that acceleration. Okay. First of all, let us discuss what is the direction of velocity. Here you can see the body attached with a string. It is moving in a circular path. The arrow is showing the direction of the velocity, which is changing all the time when it is moving in the circular path. The rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called acceleration. Because its velocity is changing, you can observe the direction of the arrows while it was moving in the circular path. That's why the acceleration is there, and that acceleration is due to the centripetal force. That is why it is called centripetal acceleration. Now, direction of velocity. As I told you that the direction of velocity changes all the time. Direction. Now, it is very important point which you must understand. Direction of velocity. Direction of the velocity of a body which is moving around a circular path, that is along the tangent to that circle. For example, if I have this body, I am going to circulate like this. Okay. If I am moving it like this, you can see that you cannot understand the direction. But the moment I leave this, for example, I try to leave in this direction because I'm sorry if it comes to you. Okay, so it has taken a path which may be the straight one. Okay, please. So basically, when the body is moving in a circular path, its direction is changing all the time during its circular motion. Now that direction is basically along the tangent to the circle. Now the concept of the tangent to the circle. If I am talking about the tangent to the circle, for example, this is the circle. This is the circle, and a straight line which is touching the circle at a single point. The straight line which is touching the circle at a single point is called tangent to the circle. I am drawing this straight line. This line may be touching the circle at a single point. If this line is called tangent of circle. The straight line which is touching the circle at a single point is called tangent of circle. Okay, and you must also know that the center, from the center, what is this line? radius of the circle. So radius and the tangent of circle are at 90 degree with each other. Radius and the tangent make a 90-degree angle with each other. Is it clear? So tangent is the line which is touching the circle at a single point. Now I was telling you that when the body is moving in a circular path, if this is the body which is moving in the circular path, what will be the direction of the velocity? The direction of the velocity will be along the tangent of this, along the tangent of the circle. Like I told you that the direction of motion is along the circular path, and the direction of the velocity will be along the tangent to the circle. For example, if the body is at A, this will be the direction. If the body is coming at another point, say this is the point B. So here I have to draw the tangent to the circle to show the velocity. In the same way, while during the motion, the body is coming at this point, say this is point C. So here this will be the direction of the velocity. So you can see all the time that the velocity of the body is changing. The velocity of the body is changing all the time according to the movement of the circle. I also told you that there are infinite number of points in a circle. You know that if you are going to draw even a very short line like this, even in this line there are infinite number of points. So the direction will change for every point. For every point, for every single point, there will be a different direction. Okay? So I am just taking only 3 points like A, B and C just to show you that its direction is continuously changing, and that direction of the velocity is along the tangent to the circle. Is that clear now? Now third very important thing. First, the direction of the motion of the body, which is about the circle. The second, the direction of the velocity, which is along the tangent to the circle. Now when the direction of the body is changing, it is very important. So when the direction of the body is changing with respect to time, you know that when the direction of the body is changing, the time will be consumed while changing the direction. Okay. So change in direction divided by time. What is it called? Acceleration. So rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called acceleration. So obviously there will be an acceleration in the body.
Velocity and acceleration are directly proportional.
Okay. Now my question is this, that what will be the direction of acceleration? The direction, some students are saying that the direction of velocity, the same will be the direction of acceleration. Now let me explain it with the help of the example. If I am dropping, if I have a body.
I think no, it will be in between 2 points. Velocity एक मतलब velocity की कोई एक दो अच्छा हर point पे अगर different है और अगर कोई change है इसका मतलब है दो separate points है, दो separate points की दो separate direction हो, इसका मतलब है उसके net में कहीं भी उसके net direction में कहीं पर acceleration की direction होती है.
Okay, you are nearer to the answer. You are just trying to find out answer. Very good. It is good attempt to find out the answer. Now look, before explaining this, let me tell you that if you are dropping a body like this, where it is going? Towards the earth. And I told you whenever the body is falling freely, the acceleration of the freely falling body is called gravitational acceleration. Why that gravitational acceleration is there? Because of the force of gravity, which is about 9.8 Newton per kg. That force of gravity is causing that gravitational acceleration. That's why all the bodies are compelled to fall on the earth. Okay? Just a minute. I'm just coming to you. So please try to understand this. Gradually I am trying to explain this. Because all the bodies are trying to, are forced to fall on the surface of the earth due to which force? Gravitational force, and that is why that acceleration is called gravitational acceleration. Okay, now come to the point. Keep this point in your mind. Before explaining you the direction of the acceleration, let me tell you that what is the centripetal force. Centripetal force. Why a body is compelled to move in the circular path?
सर बीच में कोई force होती है जो उसको मतलब वो अपनी movement को कर देती है मगर उसे restrict करके रखती
Yes, there is a force which is compelling the body to move in the circular path. So that force is called centripetal force. For the sake of convenience, I am writing C, FC. We normally represent that centripetal force FC, C for centripetal force. Okay. So for the sake of convenience, FC is the centripetal force. So centripetal force is the force which is compelling the body to move in the circular path. So I am representing this with FC. FC is towards the center of the circle. Okay. Centripetal force is towards the center of the circle. I am telling you, I am explaining, I am in the word, I am in the. Yes, like in the case of Earth, the Earth is moving around the Sun. There is a gravitational force between Sun and Earth. And the Moon is also orbiting around Earth. That centripetal force is the force which is directed towards the center of the circle, and this is that force which is compelling the body to move in the circular path. Like the example of Earth, because Earth and Sun are providing a gravitational force. There is a gravitational force between Earth and Sun, due to which the Earth is compelled to move around the Sun. Now here there is a centripetal force. It is very important point to understand that when this body is trying to go away from the circle, this centripetal force is compelling the body to move in the circular path. That force, that centripetal force, is compelling the body to move in the circular path. Here, it is compelling to move in a circular path towards the center. Whenever it is trying to go in that direction, that is compelling to move in the circular path, and its direction changes. Whenever it is trying to go here, but due to this centripetal force, its direction changes. Next point, for the next point, its direction will be different. If it is coming here, its direction will be different. So why this direction is changing? Due to the centripetal force, which is towards the center of the circle. Now related with the gravitational acceleration. What is the direction of the gravitational acceleration? Direction towards the center of this earth, downward towards the center of the earth. In the same way, what will be the acceleration direction here? Towards the center of the object. Where the force, which force is compelling? The force through the center is compelling the body to change its direction continuously. So due to that force, its direction is changing continuously. So that acceleration will be directed towards the center of the circle. Centripetal force is towards the center of the circle. In the same way, the centripetal acceleration, this is called the centripetal acceleration, which is directed towards the center of the circle. Okay? Now, there is a formula with which we are going to relate these things. There is a body of mass m. There is a body of mass m which is moving. Small m is representing the mass of the body. Okay. Velocity, V for velocity, Fc is representing the centripetal force. And you know that the distance from center till this point A, what is this distance called? Radius. This distance CA is called the radius. R for radius of the circle. So we are going to relate these things with each other with a formula. Although this formula is not included in your syllabus, but you must be aware of. You must be knowing this formula. That centripetal force Fc is equal to mv square over R. mv square over R. We are not going to derive this formula. We are just going to understand that Fc is equal to mv square over R. Fc is the centripetal force. It means the centripetal force is depending upon the mass of the body and the velocity of the body, square of the velocity of the body and the radius of the body. Now we have to see that if the centripetal force is depending upon these three things, if somebody asks you that over which factors the centripetal force is depending, so you must say that there are three factors over which the centripetal force is depending. The first one is the mass of the body. second is the velocity, square of the velocity, and third is the radius of the circular path. Okay? So how these two things, in the numerator, mass and velocity square, how these two things are related with Fc? Directly proportional, because greater the mass, greater will be the centripetal force. Greater the velocity, greater will be the centripetal force. So these two things are directly proportional to each other.